This diagram shows how service management can improve the performance of service assets and reduce the constraints that prevent them from fully meeting customer requirements. IT service management does this by carefully managing resources and capabilities. This might be done internally or using third-party suppliers and technology vendors. Achieving service management maturity and an acceptable level of performance can take time and will not always be easy. This diagram shows a common starting point for many service providers. IT has been organized according to technical specialization. This is a simple approach, but it does not take into account how technology relates to customers or how services are provided. Very simple organizational structures do not show what the organization does, how it does it, or who it's done for. Organization by technical specialization can also lead to the development of a silo mentality. Teams will report on a technical level, and the service view can be lost. Staff may be hired for technical expertise only and not for any customer focus. Managers of technical teams often see each other as competition. An organizational structure like this can often struggle to solve simple problems. Because teams don't work together, any issues have to be escalated to management level and take time and resources away from other tasks. Cross-functional issues may be ignored altogether and cause further resentment and lack of cooperation. You may have seen this in your organization when one technical team blames another for not providing them information or not resolving incidents. This diagram shows a different approach, using processes to manage silos on an organizational chart. Improvement opportunities are found in the links between teams, rather than the teams themselves. IT service management needs to make sure that technical skills are in place, but it also needs to manage IT as a whole and align it with customer requirements. The processes used within service management may be confined to one functional area or may span functional areas. The management of processes is a key responsibility for IT service management. IT needs to be seen as a set of resources and capabilities managed by processes that ultimately lead to the delivery of a service. However, process alone does not guarantee the service will be delivered or that it will meet customer requirements. From the business perspective, IT service management enables the delivery of services that are used to achieve business outcomes. IT supports business services and provides customer-facing services. IT needs to think about more than just delivering an output. It needs to focus on the business outcomes that the output supports. IT needs to understand business objectives and link services to business processes. This requires IT management to have a good relationship with the owners of lines of business. Modern organizations need to focus on automated end-to-end business services, not IT infrastructure. This can only happen if the operational objectives of business processes are translated into IT terms. Processes like business relationship management can provide real support here. This diagram shows the relationship between an IT service provider and an internal business unit. Let's take a look at it in more detail. To achieve its outcomes, the business unit needs a minimum level of utility and warranty, the service in the center. The higher the levels of utility and warranty, the more chance there is that the service will enable business outcomes. Requirements for utility and warranty are translated to IT, which uses the information to organize service assets. The better the capabilities and resources, the higher the service potential, although this may also mean a higher cost. Better service performance will lead to higher demand, which will reduce idle capacity. If utilization exceeds service potential, the business unit may have to invest more in the service.